You're lying in bed, completely fine. Life is good. And then, out of nowhere, your brain goes, "Hey, remember that thing you said in 2014? And suddenly you're curled up reliving the exact moment you called your teacher mom. You didn't even think about that for 10 years. It wasn't hurting anyone. And yet here you are, fully cringing yourself into a black hole at 3 a.m. There's actually a reason. And honestly, it's worse than you think. But also, there's a fix. Stick around, because the thing your brain is actually doing when this happens, nobody talks about it. And once you know it, you'll never cringe the same way again. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Showering, driving, trying to sleep like a normal, functioning human. Your brain will find you, and it will bring receipts. You thought you were being funny. One person laughs, but it's that pity laugh. You know the one. But you don't leave. You stay. You double down and make a second joke that's somehow worse. That was 14 years ago. You still feel it in your spine. Or how about the time you were 100% certain you had the right answer in a meeting? You spoke confidently, passionately. Wrong. The meeting moved on. Everyone forgot. Except you. You remember it with perfect HD clarity, surround sound, slow motion replay. You can still see Janet's face. Janet has no idea she's in your memory forever. And let's not forget the texts. You send a message, no response. Read receipts. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Then the person responds, "Haha, yeah, lol." That's it. That's the whole interaction. But you'll reconstruct it like a crime scene for 3 weeks. Okay, so why does this happen? Here's the thing. Your brain isn't broken. It's just extremely aggressively, unnecessarily thorough. See, your brain has one job: keep you alive and socially accepted by the tribe. Because way back in the day, getting rejected by the group meant getting eaten by something large and unpleasant. So your brain treats social mistakes like survival threats. Called it, logged it, filed it, and hits replay every time you're in a quiet moment because it's trying to make sure you never do that again. Your brain is essentially a helicopter parent who cannot let things go. Here's the part that's going to personally attack you. You think everyone else remembers your embarrassing moments too, right? They don't. Janet is worried about Janet. Steve is replaying his awkward moment from 2017. The guy in the corner is thinking about a sandwich, a great sandwich. He has no memory of you. Your brain thinks a giant spotlight is shining on you at all times, tracking your every move, judging, remembering. The spotlight is fake. Nobody's operating it.
But here's the part nobody tells you. The cringe memories that hit hardest, they're not the ones where you were the worst. They're the ones where you tried to be something, confident, funny, smart, cool, and it didn't land. Your brain is replaying the gap between who you wanted to be and what actually happened. And that gap is actually the key to making the cringe stop. Yeah, we'll get there. All right, 3 things, and none of them are just don't think about it, because that advice is useless and the people who give it should be escorted off the premises. 1. Name it like a bad TV show. The second a cringe memory starts, narrate it out loud in the most dramatic possible way. Ah, yes, the cafeteria incident of 2011, Season 4, the worst arc. When you narrate it like a story you're watching instead of one you're trapped in, your brain shifts from threat mode to observer mode. You go from drowning in it to floating above it. You're not the cringe. You're the one watching the cringe. There's a difference. 2. Give your past self a break. That version of you was working with limited information, limited social skills, and probably limited sleep. They weren't broken. They were early. Big difference. 3. Do something embarrassing on purpose. Wait, come back. This sounds stupid, but it works. Your brain has convinced you that embarrassment equals danger. The only way to fix that is to go embarrass yourself on purpose and survive. And you will survive. Nothing actually happens. The ground doesn't open up. When you prove that to your nervous system, the threat response shrinks. The cringe loses its grip.
Remember that gap I mentioned? The distance between who you wanted to be and what actually happened? Here's the reveal. That gap isn't proof you failed. It's proof you had standards. It's proof you were trying.
You can't cringe about a moment you didn't care about. The cringe is just evidence of someone who gave a damn. Okay, comment below. What's the most random, embarrassing memory your brain has refused to let you forget? No judgment. Well, maybe a little judgment, but we're all in this together.